Hello everybody, Giant here with another episode of the Game Prowl, and today we are taking a look at Wreckfest, Bugbear's next car game, as it is so blatantly put in the title of the game. Now Wreckfest is a destruction derby game, plain and simple, not a whole lot of genre dancing to do here. You take cars and you smash them together, and hopefully you come out the other side and the other guy doesn't. But 90% of the time, the opposite's probably going to occur. Anyways, so yeah, this is your Wreckfest garage. You can hang out here and look at your car. You can open the door. You can close the door. But in all seriousness, there is a lot to do in the garage here, so we're just gonna go ahead and start a race. That way I can give you a good idea of what the main aspect of this game is, the driving part of the driving game is. And then we can sort of go from there. So let me find. Why don't we do? Where's Sandpit? I really like Sandpit. It is probably my favorite course in the game. There we go. Just get a good old-fashioned banger race going. If you don't know what a banger race is, well, it's a race like any other standard race. You try and get first place. Whoever does get first place wins. But there's nothing wrong with a little bit of dirty playing every now and then. You can do a few pit maneuvers. You can bash that guy into the side of the wall. You can try and zone racers into other players. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And here we are in Sandpit 1. So you could get this nice flyover view, but why not just experience it firsthand? Oh good, I've started at the back of the pack. I will stay right off the bat here, as the game just kind of shows you right off the bat. There is a countdown on the top bit of the screen, though you probably missed it because it's really bright. Someone decided that white on white was a good idea for UI. That was probably not the best idea, as it turns out. In addition, in the countdown, you'll notice that the numbers sort of fade into view, including the go. There's generally a reason most games have the go happen so suddenly. Get out of my way. And that is because you really want all of your... Holy shit! Oh god, I'm about to hit a bulldozer. I was too fascinated by the epic endeavors, but yeah. That's generally because most racing games want the players to really just kind of know exactly when to go, when to absolutely hit it. And this game just kind of fades into view there. So it's just kind of like, do I go? I go now? I guess. Whoever notices it fade in the soonest goes. It makes it really hard to like measure the countdown and really get a good launch in this game. I'm not a big fan of that. But anyways, the rest of the UI here is pretty great. As you can see, it's pretty standard UI actually, for racing games. But bottom left is your health bar. It's a pretty interesting health bar. I'll say it that much. You'll notice that there's basically 7 points across the vehicle, 6 points on the sides, and the engine. Best I can tell, every one of those points has its own health bar. And if any of those health bars hit 0, you're out of the race. The vehicle is totaled. You lose. You get nothing. Ooh, mind the oversteer around here. It would not be the first time I've spun a vehicle. So that is basically how the health bar works. So as you can see, my front right especially is taking some pretty nasty hits. It goes from white to yellow to red to black. And, but yeah, so if I keep getting hit on the front left there like that guy just did, then my car is probably going to end up getting totaled, like that guy's car is probably. And, so yeah, probably you want to avoid it. It sort of adds in this little tactical element on where do you want to hit your car, or where do you want to hit, you know, somebody's car with your car. So this guy coming up ahead, if I want to hit him, I'm probably going to want to smash him with the front left, since that has taken significantly less damage. But I still got to be careful because my engine block is in the front, and that has also seen its fair share in damage. And if that thing goes, well, I mean, that's your engine. You're basically toasted at that point. Just like your engine will be. Hello! Enjoy the spin! And I will enjoy your 5th place. It's always fun going kamikaze. That's generally how I overtake in most games anyway, but it feels good because in this game, overtaking like that is actually encouraged. Now I will say, we'll see it later when we do an actual destruction derby race, but the destruction modeling in this game is great. It's all soft body vehicle physics, so, or all soft body, so it's all just generated on the fly as you get hit. There's no pre-rendered crashes or anything like that, which is really nice. Every car you come out with your own unique personal snowflake of a car wreck, which sounds a lot nicer than it actually is. Ooh, I'm taking this corner fast. Careful. You know, I've yet to see it, but one of these days I really want to see an AI racer fall into this little basin over here. Because I feel like that would basically just destroy your chances of winning the race. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Get out of my way. Screw advertising, right? Whoa. Basically, at this point, I'm just trying to cause as much mayhem as I possibly can. And there's our 4th place. I'll take it. Considering that we started at all the way at the back of the pack, 4th place is pretty acceptable. So as you can see at the top there are accolades. Mostly Mad Dog, Heavy Hitter, and Speeder are by far the most common. The AI just spun the car. Well done. Well done, AI. I can tell you're really trying. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I mean, you hit the accolades to get money. I don't know why that was so complicated for me to explain. And of course, at the end of the race, you get money and experience. Now, your money is up here. Even though it's listed as $signs, it is officially listed as credits on the top right. There's also experience. I don't know what the hell this does. I have 47,000 of it. Maybe. I don't know. It does stuff. Now, it does have a more specific reason, and that is in your crew. So your crew is, well, who drives your car. So obviously after that race, Mithril Mac over here got, was it 800 experience? I don't know. It was some number of experience, and he's gotten closer to leveling up while driving Asian vehicles. So what does leveling up do exactly? It increases the amount of repair points you have. So right now, Mithril Mac has 4 repair points for Asian cars, 1 repair point for European cars, and 1 repair point for American cars. Since he has spent his entire life in an Asian vehicle, that's all he understands and can comprehend. These repair points, if you overhear to change parts, you can go ahead and spend them to, well, fix up some of the stuff you damaged in the race. I honestly have no clue how damage works. It happens over time. I've never really noticed it. I've never noticed it drop off even once items go into critical. It's I don't know. The repairing is weird. But yeah, so you spend your repair points to repair things. Some things are more worthwhile to repair than others. For example, maybe you want to crank all your repair into engine because that costs $600 to replace, as opposed to your wheels, which is like 29 bucks. Whoop-de-doo, we're done. Wow, I actually got worse wheels. Can I change those back? Thank you. Okay, maybe actually pay attention to what you're buying next time, huh? Yeah, sounds like a good idea. So yeah, that's like the risk you take. You can spend your repair points. After every race, your repair points replenish. So once more looking at Mithril Mac. After every race, he'll get 4 more repair points and 1 more repair point in all the other classes. And I mean, it's pretty there. They don't overflow or anything. And of course, each of your characters have their own stats. So Titanium Tom and Steel Sarah are much better at repairing American cars than, say, Adamantine Klein is, or Mithril Mac, as we are all well aware. Meanwhile, Cobalt Callum just doesn't even care. This guy is our lawnmower specialist. I don't know why lawnmowers are listed as American when their flag is a Bearbug symbol, but, you know, I guess they had to give him some type of skill point, huh? So yeah, that's mostly how the crew works. I don't know the optimal strats or whatnot. I will state is that if you do want to spend your time, like, optimally repairing everything, it's a little... I feel like there's a better way to do it. Because obviously, after every race, all of your characters refill their repair points. So then you're going to have to go through every single character, repair the vehicle, load up the next car, repair the vehicle, blah, blah, blah. Go to the next car, repair the... It just seems... I feel like there's gotta be a better way to do this, right? Because it seems really, really tedious to just go through all of these, all of your vehicles to repair them after every race in order to get the most out of your crew. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm sure there's more optimal ways to do this, but I ended up just giving every single vehicle its own crew because I really just don't want to screw with that kind of min-maxing. I play this game to crash cars, not to micromanage my troops. I play XCOM for that. But anyways, that's enough of that. Let's move into my heavier vehicle here. And, well, I suppose you can paint your car. Paint jobs are thankfully free. So you can go with those sweet flames, you can go with the police car, the brighter police car, the pseudo freaking Dukes of Hazzard vehicle. You can do those, that's all free. You can view your stats with each car. So this car averages 13th out of 24th place with an average speed of 56, blah blah blah, a whole bunch of stats you can track if you so desire. Interestingly enough, what is possibly the most heavy vehicle in the game has not been pushed or rolled over, which is always just absolutely fantastic. There is something I do rather dislike about this game, is that it shows the stat of like damage dealt max, damage received max, and finished with most damage. Clearly there are stats assigned to these, because they are tracked, and they are awarded accolades at the end of races. I really, really wish you could view these in the game, you know, like mid-race, you could see how much damage you have dealt or taken. Maybe that's just the stat whore in me. I love watching stats. I love looking at kill counts and FPSs and stuff like that. I really wish I could view the damage done in any menu other than this tiny little car menu that's hidden away in the bottom of the screen. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. And of course you can also obviously buy upgrades for your vehicle. Once more, you can't really view like the PI difference whenever you upgrade. So like if I swap this out for a sport exhaust manifold or a racing exhaust manifold, I can buy that, I can slap it in, but I have no idea what the PI jumped to or what it would jump to after I slap it in. So I have to go back here and realize, oh, it jumped by 8 PI points. Whoop-de-frickin-do. It's a little annoying. Oh, also I need a new exhaust because the old one wasn't compatible. Rather annoying it didn't tell me that, but hey, let's just fucking buy it. There we go. Done. There we have a racing exhaust, and that has now jumped me up to 95 PI, which again, doesn't really tell me, you just have to kind of install the parts and hope, which is annoying. I believe the Mithril Mac I was trying to push to the top of B class, but in the end I ended up going full B, or I was trying to push to the top of C class, but in the end I ended up going all the way up into B class because all the parts I ended up buying just threw it up there. So yeah, this menu could definitely use some work in terms of just informing the player. But let's go to a Destruction Derby course, eh? Let's do the classic smashing into people. There are figure eights in this game, and they're just as much fun as you'd expect. But we've already shown a banger race, so let's go to the mud pit. Let's get down and dirty. Start the race. All right, so welcome to a more standard Destruction Derby. I believe it is last man standing. I would like to see additional modes of this before we get started. Because, as you're going to see, last man standing generally means that whoever gets involved and crashes the least is probably going to be the winner. It does track, once more, it tracks your damage and it tracks your takedowns, but they aren't determined in the final standings, which is... I would really like to see a mode that, like, rewards more aggressive, you know? Like, say, most damage dealt, you know? Something like that. To reward people who go in. Once more, we look at that beautiful white-on-white starting UI. Thank you for that, developers. I love not being able to see my countdown before the race starts. But let's get into the thick of this. I see an American one. Oh, no, that's the European. It's good. It's worth noting, these European cars, their engine block is in the back. So I probably want to smash into them that way. That way you deal the most damage. So again, as we saw with the health bar earlier, the health bar for each individual part is what determines whether you survive. If one part of your car goes down to 0, then you're done. You're basically dead. So as you can see, there's that AI who's reversing because the front of his car has been just annihilated. That's because, well, the front of his car has been annihilated. If he keeps hitting that, then he's dead. So it adds in that little tactical layer. So I'm probably gonna want to start hitting people with the front left of my car instead of the front right instead of the front left here, if I want to survive much longer. And soon I'm probably gonna want to start switching into reverse to really start laying the damage. Hell, looking at my engine block, I should probably start doing that right now. Engine block is going orange. While it's not red and black yet, it is getting there. So let's start balancing out the damage a little bit. Get out of my way. I will state, one thing you will notice in these, especially if you drive manual, is that it takes a really, really long time to switch between reverse and first gear. Like, there's like an automatic lag that... Hi! There's like an automatic lag that just kind of exists. Like, I pressed reverse about a second before it actually switched into reverse. Like, I kind of get the idea behind it. It is there to, like, I don't know, I guess match an actual gear shifter, because no one can instantly switch from first to reverse. I don't care how good you are. But it is rather annoying. It is rather strange and alien to get used to. Not necessarily bad. Not bad at all. Just, it is something you will almost certainly notice as you go through with this. I apparently have taken someone down. That is already more than I've done in nearly every other Destruction Derby I've participated in this game. Sniping the takedowns is hard. Oh, hey, there's another one. Nice. Ew, I gotta watch out, though. My engine block is getting wrecked right now. So it's probably start time to get a little conservative. He says as he juggles the little European car. Look at the damage modeling on this, though. You recall how nice this car looked before the race. Now it's been shrunken by about half its normal length. Which is just absolutely stellar. I see a European! Oh, we survived. Damn. Alright, let's switch back into reverse. I need to balance out the damage with the back left here. So yeah, nice and... It is nice and tactical, which is what I liked. I recall when I first bought this game, back before it was even on Steam, they like listed that their inspirations, one of their inspirations was Destruction Derby 64, which is in my opinion one of the best damn Destruction Derby games ever to exist, because it does have that like tactical smashing where each car has its own weak and strong points and you have to abide by those when you smash into other cars. Which is, I mean, it kind of does that with this game. While it's not as expressly stated as Destruction Derby 64, it's more dynamic. As the race goes on, that is when you develop your vehicle's weak points. Also, probably try not to waste your damage on an individual car like that. Now, admittedly, one of my favorite parts of Destruction Derby 64 is not in this game, and that part would, of course, be the two-way banger races. In Destruction Derby 64, every race had 2 start lines, and half of the grid would start going one way, and half of the grid would start going the other. And it would lead to some fantastic crashes during the race. Obviously, this game would need some serious reworking to implement that in its own game mode, but that could be really fun. I would love to see that in this game. I would absolutely love to see it. But, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. That would be amazing. Just because you get those massive, full head-on crashes, unlike Destruction Derby mode here, which you can still get some fantastic head-on crashes, but in a race course that's actually built for you to get speed, the head-on crashes just get so much more violent and just so much more amazing. It's just pretty fantastic. Alright, we should probably stick in reverse here. I hate doing reverse because there's no, like, reverse 2 or 3 gear, so you just end up spending 90% of your time buzzing the limiter, which really rings in the ears. I will note, by the way, that in my audio settings here, I have turned car engine down by like 50%, and you can still hear how loud it is. The car sounds are super loud. Still, that is why we have audio options in our games, thankfully. Alright, into reverse. Want to aim with the back left here, I think. No, we want to hit with the back right. Ah. Everything goes wonky once you switch into reverse. Oh dear. Our car is actually about to break down forever. Screw it. Let's just go into first. Headlong into battle. We've already got a really good placement here. Hey, a takedown assist. I think that guy just killed himself. Shame the assist doesn't count as an actual kill. Oh boy. There's the takedown though. Excellent. I doubt I got first place in takedowns here, considering I only got 3 out of 24, but you never know. Ouch. Yeah, there we go. There's our car. It is now a hatchback, thanks to the damage modeling of this game. It's pretty great. So yeah, there we go. I did get most takedowns. Very nice. And most damage dealt. The accolades reward a lot less in this mode for some strange reason. I guess because most of these you want to, like, focus on in a Destruction Derby race. Like, since the point is to deal the most damage, you get rewarded for it less, unlike a race, where it just sort of happens. You happen to deal more damage. So I guess that makes sense. It's a little odd. And I feel like it really punishes you, like, more than it probably should. And hey, there we go. Titanium Tom leveled up. We now have 5 repair points for our American vehicles. And now I have to go through every vehicle and repair them one by one. Oh well. Hey, in the meantime, I give you final thoughts on the game. It's fucking great. I do absolutely adore this game. It is extremely fun to play. It is extremely satisfying. As for whether or not it's worth the $40 price tag is where things get a little bit more sketchy than usual. See, here's the thing, is that while it is fantastic, it of course has that $40 price tag, and it's like, it's tricky because this game is clearly an alpha, right? You can tell just from the way the garage is and how the races just start and they end. This game isn't really built to have any sort of, what's it called? Any sort of progression system for now. You can see a research tab up here, so I'm sure they plan on adding a progression system, but for now it is literally just boot into the game, buy some cars, go race with the cars, and just race in the 10 or so, probably more like 15 or so racetracks in the 8 to 10 or so cars. And I don't know, I'm not sure if there's really enough to justify $40 price for average people. Obviously, if you want to get into this game and like test it and give feedback to the developers, it probably is worth it, because I can see this game being going pretty well. And obviously Bugbear, developers of the ever so beloved is it Flat Out? I never actually played the games, I forget. I think it's Flat Out. So they do know what they're doing in terms of games like this. So I'd say it's a relatively safe investment if you do actually want to get into this game and like actually test it as it goes along. But in terms of just like a casual player who wants to come on by and just play a good smashing game, you might want to wait for it to be further developed, because it's a pretty steep price tag for what you get at this point in time. What you get is great, but you don't get much of it yet. So probably hold off unless you really looking to like get into this game, do some testing, submit feedback, stuff like that. But yeah, that'll do it for me here. So thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more. Game link is of course down below if you want to go pick it up. And I will see you all next time.